Hey. Hi, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Office Hours with Lanora. Still the home edition, so had to come outside today. I was like, oh, it's so nice and sunny and nice breeze, so I decided to bring the Office Hours with Lenora series outside to the backyard. So today, our topic we're going to center around, and the subject basically is: can I be a part-time broker? And if so, how much money can I make? I love that question. How much money can I make? We'll get to that. We'll get to that. So let's look at some things, some benefits, and some pros and cons, or benefits and disadvantages of working as a part-time real estate broker. I will just start with my own personal experience. When I started in the industry, I was part-time. I had a full-time job, desk job, lack of better terms, and I went downtown Monday through Friday from like 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So that was my designated time to work my full-time job. Weekends and evenings were set aside for my real estate customers and clients. However, for me, I quickly found out that doing real estate part-time would not work, because I found that my real estate phone line was actually ringing more than the phone line of the desk of the job that I was doing. So I had to have a meeting of the minds. You'll learn that in real estate too. I had to have a meeting of the minds to make sure that, is there an advantage to me staying on my full-time job, or should I step out on complete faith and do real estate full-time? So that's what I chose. That might not be the case for everybody. I have a bunch of friends, former and clients and people, just professionals that I know in the industry that are full-time employees at different companies, whether they be teachers, whether it's a firefighter, a police officer, whether that might be someone who just don't want to give up their full-time job. And you don't. Whatever you take from this series or from this specific live, just know that you don't have to give up your job to do real estate. So let me provide you with some benefits of working part-time as a real estate professional. One of the benefits is, for anybody, whether they're doing this full-time or part-time, there's unlimited income potential. So if you want to supplement some income, or if you wanted to do this on a full-time basis, the sky's the limit. You earn based off of your work and your efforts. So whether you're full-time or part-time, that's one of the benefits. Another one of the benefits, you can time block. What I mean by time block is, you decide when you work. You decide, do I want to work in the evenings like I did? Or do I want to take my lunch break perhaps and have an extended lunch and work that way? If you have some flexibility in your work schedule, do I only want to work weekends, or whatever best way? Just time blocks. So you might want to take advantage of using a time management system like a calendar, like an Outlook calendar or something of that nature, and blocking out time to be able to focus on your real estate journey and your efforts in real estate. It will help you stick with the schedule too. Another benefit is to create a referral network and earn a referral fee. So a lot of us do real estate to earn a full commission. Some of us do real estate because we just want to make sure, if we refer business to someone, you've earned that license to ensure that you can receive a referral network or fee, a referral commission or fee. In order to be paid for a referral, you have to be licensed as a broker in the state of Illinois. There are referral fees for leasing agents as well, but you do have to have a license, in a nutshell, in order to receive a referral fee. You cannot just pay a referral fee to someone because they say, hey, my cousin wants to buy a house and I want to make sure that they work with you. So just give me X amount of dollars when the deal closes. Absolutely not. Don't do that. Don't do that. You'll be in trouble. So don't do that. Okay, another benefit would be to focus on a lead generation system. This is to help you kind of focus and dedicate your time to one thing or another. That way you're not chasing buyers and sellers around and just all discombobulated because now your day, your week, your month has gotten away from you. If you focus on a lead generation system, something that's going to help drive people maybe to your website or a specific phone number that you're going to advertise for them to call you directly, then that helps to lessen the chances of you driving folks around or having to leave your job because you need to go on a showing or potentially follow up with a prospective client. You can kind of focus on the meat and potatoes of it without all of the extra stuff. The last benefit that I came up with was to find a niche area and stick to it. You can focus on maybe working with for sale by owners. Maybe, you know, on the weekends, you can go around to these different for sale by owners and talk to them and convince them on the benefits of listing with a professional like yourself. Another one would be maybe you want to be a military relocation specialist and you only want to work with those that are in the military. That's your thing. So if that's your thing, make it specifically an area or a niche that you would focus on, that you would work in. Some of the disadvantages that I've noticed with doing or considering working part-time versus full-time, you may have to use your vacation and PTO time on your job. And you may have to do that to work to get the education and additional training up under your belt, because some of these services, some of the classes or in-person classes or different types of designations and certifications won't be available in the off hours. Those are usually during the day, during normal business hours. So you may need to use that PTO or vacation time to do that. Another disadvantage is your availability to meet with clients at any time of the day. Some folks want you to be available at all times because I know when I represented buyers, we would drive around like sometimes hours to show those properties to them and to get an idea of what would be their choice. If you're working full time, you might not have that time in your schedule to be able to accommodate someone driving them around or being available. Sellers want to know, hey, I'm paying a commission for you to be available. And in most cases, if they need someone to represent them, they want to know that if a buyer or a potential buyer or another broker representing a buyer shows up or calls to show that property, that they're going to be able to access you so that you can get them the passcode or directions on how to show that property. So availability or scheduling conflicts could be a huge disadvantage by working part-time. Another disadvantage, you may have to share your commissions. If you're not available, somebody's got to do the work. And if someone is working on your behalf and they're licensed, they should be paid to do the work that they're doing. So there's no free lunch, and you can't expect anyone in real estate to work for free as well. Here are some tips that I came up with to help you be successful if you're considering working part-time as a real estate broker or a real estate professional in general. How about you start with working exclusively with sellers? Become a listing broker. Represent only sellers. And the reason why I say that is because the demands of buyers won't be on you as great as it would be if the demands of working with sellers, won't be as great as if you're working with buyers. Buyers, in a sense, have that pre-approval in their hand, which is money. and they are ready to spend their money. So if you are not available at specific times, that home that they may be interested in can go under contract, waiting for you to show it. And then your buyer is out. So if you specifically work with sellers, then people are driving or coming to those listings that you are cultivating that relationship with sellers. Here's another tip to be successful. Offer multiple modes of communication. I can't tell you how important this one is enough. Don't just have one phone number. What if that one phone number is your cell phone and you decided to put your cell phone on mute or silent for your workday? And I am representing a buyer and I'm trying to get a hold of you because I have this contract and I want to go over some of the terms of the contract with you. But for whatever reason, you haven't answered the phone. I might have to take my buyer to another home. So you don't want to miss an opportunity. Take advantage of text messaging, your email, Zoom. Since we're in this situation where virtual contacting is huge right now, Skype, even social media platforms. Set up business platforms via social media. You might want to keep your business profile separate from your personal profile. And that's to encourage people to focus directly on you and business when you're looking to work in that capacity. If I'm off on Saturdays and I just want to show a picture of myself on the yacht that I don't have, I might not put that on my business page. For what? But I definitely will put that on a personal page to let people know, hey, I'm enjoying myself, I'm relaxing. I might not want to look like I'm relaxing on my business page. I want to look like I'm busy or need some more business, okay? Another one would be, another good tip to be successful as a part-time real estate professional, get yourself a virtual assistant. Lenora's thinking for you guys. Tried to tell you, I'm over here thinking. The virtual assistant can handle those things like searching for properties, cold calling, you know, that stuff that we sometimes don't like to do, as well as working and managing your lead generation systems. Now, this virtual assistant will be required to be licensed. They may even be available to go on showings for you, as well as host open houses, if that's something you wanted to do. While you're away doing whatever it is you're doing and or working, this virtual assistant can be working on your behalf. Now, when I say virtual, I mean that they're going to be everywhere that you can't be. I know that I mentioned open house, meaning someone in person, but virtual can mean also just behind the keyboard. Just behind the keyboard. And that's a good way to keep yourself organized, by operating and working through a virtual assistant. The next tip that I want to provide is partner with someone in your office or join a team in your office. That way, that partner that you have might be a full-time professional, or that team, if it's a group of you guys can kind of pass it along to the next person. And that way the client never goes without representation or having access to a professional that's going to be able to answer their questions in a timely fashion and be able to show up when they need you to show up. Another thing that I would do as a tip to be successful as a part-time real estate professional, create a brand and make that brand strong. Every time you show up, your brand needs to show up with you. It should probably get there before you. That brand could be a powerful slogan. It could also be a real estate blog. How many of you ever considered yourself a subject matter expert? Well, you are. The fact that you, for those of you that have earned a real estate license, you've done that. You've accomplished that goal. You know what's on the test. You may be working in the industry, and for those of us that have been in the industry for some time, if you're not a subject matter expert by now, I don't know what you will be. But by creating that blog, you can speak to specific areas related to real estate. It's a great way to stay, to have that interaction with the general public. It's also a great way for you to keep relevant. So if you're downtown or in a suburb or somewhere at your full-time job, typing away for your 9 to 5, but somebody is at home reading your real estate blog, they can then reach out to you as another form of communication. They could reach out to you to ask you questions, to like that blog, to recommend or forward that blog to someone else. And now you have a new contact that you can engage and hopefully cultivate a real estate relationship with. Okay, let's talk about one of the last things that you can do to learn to be successful. Learn to multitask. Now, a lot of us are not really good at this. I have my days too. But by learning how to multitask, you become efficient at managing your time and your schedule. The one thing that when I put that one down in my notebook, I can remember my grandmother, who's 93 years old, her saying or her brand is, "My time means more to me than anything." And so that's what made me think of that particular tip, because your time should mean more to you than anything. Yes, you're working a full-time job. Yes, you want to work and make your real estate business, even though you're working part-time. Nothing's wrong with that. You still want it to be a success. But you should also have personal time, because you're not going to be any good to anybody if you're exhausted and pulling the rope on both ends. So take some time to save some time, which to get organized and become more efficient, that ultimately should help save you some money. Okay, now let's get to the elephant in the room. How much can you make? How much money can I make, Lanora? Well, I don't know. And honestly, no one can really answer that question for you. But I can give you some statistics and some estimates of an annual number for those real estate professionals in the bottom 20%. The median amount of real estate professionals, as well as the top 20% of real estate professionals. This is according to an online resource called Career Explorer. The bottom 20% of brokers earn plus or minus $25,000 annually. So give or take, plus or minus $25,000. The median number of real estate brokers earn plus or minus $49,000 per year. So that's the average. And that's whether you're doing this full-time, part-time, however you're going to be doing it. The average realtor is earning that amount. And then the top 20% of real estate professionals is earning $90,000 plus or minus $90,000 or above. I know my first year in real estate as a full-time person, I was probably closer to that upper 20% range. So because I worked a lot. I was on the grind. So hopefully that does answer questions that you may have. The reason why we cannot dictate or say specifically an amount that you can potentially earn in this real estate industry is because if you don't work, you don't eat. You don't earn anything. You have to make the effort to be available. You have to make the effort to put in the hard work, and then that hard work and effort should pay off in the end. So that's why I started this live, and if this is going to be on YouTube, this video, I started by saying unlimited income potential. So the potential is up to you. You make it what it is. So let's look at what's coming up or upcoming for the Realtors Real Estate School. This Saturday, we will start our broker pre-licensing Saturday only webinars. So if you're available from 9 to 4:30 and you want to get your pre-licensing coursework for the broker's license out of the way, give me a call, visit the website, get registered. On Monday, we'll be starting our 2-week accelerated course, again, 9 a.m. to 4:30 Monday through Friday. You can get all required 75 hours worth of coursework and training out of the way. Or if you're interested in earning a license as a residential leasing agent, we'll have that webinar course starting at the end of the month, August 31st and September 1st. Hey, it's only 2 days. It's 9 a.m. to 4:30. It's 15 hours worth of coursework, but you can get something as little as 15 hours towards this coursework done on that webinar over the 2 days, and then move on to take your licensing exam. It's a great way to get your feet wet to get into the industry as well. So I did want to share some good news about me, some personal good news. I've shared this already on my personal page, so if you're hearing this again, I'm still happy. Well, many of you have known me to be this real estate informational person, and have known that I've held a license before and done many things in real estate. But one of the things that I did back when the housing market burst and the bubble burst, I allowed my real estate license to lapse. I did not renew my license, and I lost my license. And for some time, I've always wanted to get it back, but life happened and it got in the way, and I never got to it. But about 2 weeks ago, I was able to complete my licensing exam. I took the test and I passed again. Still happy, still happy. So that's my good news. I want to also leave my good news as a source of inspiration for many of you. My journey to get my license back took me almost 2 years. Although I had finished up my pre-licensing course, I didn't really see the need for a license because of my job. I can't actively work as a real estate professional right now, but I did get my license because I had to have it back. My ultimate goal is to be able to teach. I've talked to a bunch of you guys and ladies and gents, and I can hear in your voice, and a lot of you always ask, are you going to be my teacher, my instructor? And I say, no. Well, that's coming to an end. So eventually I'll be coming to the Realtors Real Estate School to help each and every one of you transition into that real estate professional that I know you can be. So take my journey, take my experience. Never let your license lapse, number one. If you've worked really, 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 really hard for something, contact me, who is now one of the subject matter experts. Contact me and we'll talk about ways for you to keep what you've earned. I didn't have anybody to do that with, so unfortunately I let it lapse. You can put your license in what is called a holding company to kind of hold it in limbo until you figure out what you want to do more with it on a permanent state or in a permanent state. So that's my good news. Stay encouraged, stay motivated. Don't give up this passion, this dream. Listen, don't let money be the predictor of your real estate career, because you will actually get more back out of this career by doing for others than you can ever be paid for. So I want to thank you again for joining me on today. I would like for each and every one of you, if you have not already, please like this page, Lanora, RRES, Lanora, RRES. It is on Facebook, as well as these videos will be on YouTube. I love to see the likes, because that helps and encourages me and let me know that there are people like you out there that need this information and this service. You can reach out to me directly via phone, 312-214-5513 if there are any questions. Again, 312-214-5513, and you'll reach me directly, or via email, ltolliver@chicagorealtor.com. And all of that will be above in the description. So ta-ta for now. Enjoy yourself. Get out and get some of this good vitamin D today. It's not raining. It's a beautiful day. And I will be back in front of you guys in the very near future. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.